back, Pokemon Go players, to another episode of the Purified podcast. Today is October 24th, 2021. I am your host, Luis Palacios, with my co-host, Chris.
Hey, it's your boy, Pokemon Trigger, please.
How you doing, bro?
It feels great to be here, man.
Always.
Work, always annoying.
Well.
Pokemon Go can be annoying.
There you go. I knew you were gonna do something about that. I understand that for sure.
Dude, this event is awesome though, so I can't really complain about playing it. I actually want to spin stops and do all the quests right now.
Yeah, it's actually like it's been doing a great job of keeping up for the holidays, and especially for the event itself. Halloween being probably everybody's favorite holiday at this point.
We finally get new spooky Pokemon.
I know, man. I know. But let's not get ahead of yourselves. Let's go ahead and recap some things. But first and foremost, let's make sure that we remind everybody that we are part of the Professor Network. Please check us out at theprofessornetwork.com/Purified Podcast. Chris's halfway computer is there, but halfway room is there. So sorry about that. Quality stuff, like always, guys. Don't worry. Just check us out, please. Thank you so much. And yeah, we're gonna continue on to our recaps. We're gonna recap some shinies, hundos. What did we get? Hopefully both, but
I think I did actually get. Yeah, I did get a hundo this week. I'm just finishing up a raid for a costume Pokemon. Another 96, dear lord. Not the same IVs though, funny enough.
Funny.
But yeah, let's look at it. Shiny, 4-star. And I think this is going to start... Yeah, it's going to start with the Hundo Yamask.
Ooh.
And this is the Galarian Yamask.
Oh my god, dude, that's rare.
Dude, I got it and I was flipping out. I was like, yo, is this a rank 1 in Ultra League? No. No.
Definitely not, but...
No. After the addition of extra large, you need to get like, I don't know, like a 10, 15, I think.
Oh my god.
Is rank 1? I don't remember though. And then I actually got a shiny. I really wanted to get this event. I got a shiny Spinarak. Which is funny because I still need shiny Shuppet. There's a bunch of other shinies going around, the shiny Pikachu costume and all that jazz, the shiny Drifloon. I have been trying to get all those. But the Spinarak was nice to me, so I am happy. What'd you end up getting, buddy?
Well, let me go ahead and surprise you guys.
He said, let me pull out my list.
Let me pull out my list. Hold on, let me pull out my paper that actually like long as hell. Goes over to the other side or something. Let me go ahead and put the Go Plus on just because I am grinding to get some of the stuff around here, so that's cool. Alright, for shinies, I actually did quite a bit of shinies after the Ditto, of course, on stream, which was pretty good. I didn't get the Spinarak, but I did get 2 Bug-type shiny Pokemons, and that was a Weedle, of course, and a Wurmple, which was, I think, right after Raid Day, or Raid Hour on Wednesday, so that's actually pretty cool. Just yesterday, though, I did pull the one and only God Shiny, the one that everybody wants, everybody needs.
Arceus?
I know, right? It's the equivalent to it, though. No, I got a shiny Bidoof, of course. And this is my first one, so I'm actually happy about this. And it was a Gold Plus catch, so I can't be too mad about that.
It's a dope catch.
It is. Promptly named, of course, Gods, because he is God, so... but yeah, that's actually hilarious. And then for Hundos, I did get... Did I actually talk about the Spiritomb last time? Yeah, right?
I don't think so, maybe.
Yes, I did, actually. No. Last Hundo I got, it was right before stream on that same day, was the Raichu, the Alone Raichu. Yeah. So I did get 100% Spiritomb from my research quest. I love it. I mean, I'm adequate to all the Hundos. But of course, it could have been shiny. And I'm just like, why couldn't you just be shiny?
Could have been me.
I know. However, that wasn't the other one, of course. I did get 3 more Hundos on the same week. Well, technically 4 hundos in the same week. A little backstory. I've been doing all the quests that I can, just like Chris has mentioned, and of course, some of them contain research for the custom Pokemons, both Pikachu, Piplup, Drifloon, if you can, find one of those. So I just did them. I think I was actually Saturday that I got all 3 of this. So I did them, and I was like, okay, let me just catch them, not care about it. I didn't even check the IVs when I caught them, mostly because I think I was going into work until the first for Piplup here. And then I traded a 2016 Eevee that a friend of mine had when she restarted her gameplay after years, of course. And I saw that Eevee, and I was like, just trade it to me, I'll give you an Eevee too. Of course, I knew it was going to be lucky because of the the mechanic of lucky Pokemons. Surprisingly enough, that Eevee actually became a Hundo Lucky Eevee, which I have now evolved into a Hundo Flareon. And my stupidity for it, though, I should have actually waited for December to evolve it because of the come they move. So, yeah, so I was like, oh, let me just go ahead and do it. I'm like, well, it is. And then on the same night, I finished a quest for the Pikachu costume. And then for my surprise too, it was 100% custom had Halloween Pikachu or mischievous Pikachu. I guess that's how they call it now. So I did get 2 out of the 3 custom Hondos and an Eevee again. So I'm like, plus the Spiritomb, which you know what, I'm happy about that still.
Yeah,
it's still pretty good.
He's a rare one.
It is, especially getting a Hondo of it. I mean, shiny is a whole nother story. Hopefully, I can go grind this week before the event ends, but. Not too many promises there, Chris, since the event ends in 6 days and 24 hours. So technically it's 7 days, but of course, that is my haul. I'm happy about it. I got quite a bit of Hondos. Not too bad and not too shabby. So, with that being said, let's recap a little bit about the Halloween event part 2, shall we? We are in the midst of it right now, of course, and I did mention how many days we have left. The amount of brand new Pokemons and all the custom Pokemons, Darkrai back in race, Mega Absol being released. What do you think, Chris, so far?
I think the raids have been stacked. A lot of times I don't want to do raids. Trust me, I don't really want to do Darkrai. I don't think the move is as appetizing as it could be.
Right.
And I don't know. I feel like once you get like 2 shiny Darkrai, it's kind of good enough. But I will say there's been a lot of people getting Shundos, so I am a little bit tempted.
I am looking for the Hondo, of course. So I've been doing quite a bit of Darkrai's in the beginning. Of course, I do use the app Pokegenie to be able to do raids around the world without the the thing about spoofing and everything, because this is a legitimate service that we use. Of course, we use your own remote raid pass, but it's actually a pretty good app to do raids anyways. So I've been doing those. At the beginning, I started with Absol because Absol was the least favorite to do mega raids, because I still want the Hondo or the Shando for that, of course. Mega Pokemons, gotta love them. But then I move on to Darkrai, and I just been doing Darkrai's for the foreseeable future. I did miss a couple extra large candies for Giratina to get at level 50. I need just a little bit more on Giratina to get level 50 Giratina, and I'm just like, why? I was gonna do like most raids at the end, like on Thursday before Friday for sure, but I was really busy on Thursday, and I barely got a couple of raids in.
Are you holding on to Giratinas right now?
No, I actually already transferred them all, which that was a mistake because I know because of the last news with the next news that we're gonna be talking about for sure, but. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
No.
We got some news definitely to talk about, but let's finish up, of course, the Halloween. Like I said, we still have 7 days of this. It's still pretty good. I'm loving it. I just every single cache has been insane. Every single encounter has been good. I don't think there's been like any troubles really having some like what's the word I'm looking for? FOMO in this one, because there is a lot of things to work on,
Yeah.
Anything else to add there,
Um,
Chris?
I don't know. I think it's the closest I would be to giving an event a 10.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah. But I'm guessing you're
I,
probably gonna not give it a 10 at this point, right?
I don't know, 9.5. I don't.
I figure, yeah.
I'm a stickler, man.
It's like
I'm like that guy from
nobody deserves a 10.
America's Got Talent.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
Simon.
I will give it a 9.5 though. This event is actually a pretty fun one to work with. I think if it would actually had, if Darkrai would have his signature move, I think it would have 10 right there and then.
I think it's there being Pokemon like um Purloin and everything spawning too much. I think that's kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Other than that, though, it's been a really fun event.
It is a good mix of ghost types and regular spawns from the Season of Mischiefs.
Yes,
So I
yeah, I
can't,
do agree with that.
which I'm not complaining really. I love a lot a good variety, and ghost Pokemons are really hard to find anyway. So
Yeah.
that being said, now let's talk about the brand new two Pokemons that were introduced in this game just recently, and that's one that I just caught, the Phantom, and the Pokeboo with the new mechanic of sizing, which is an interesting mechanic. But let's see, what do you think so far about those two new Pokemon? Do you see any liabilities with them or anything?
Extra thick pumpkin
Mm,
and Stumphead. Um,
right.
Stumphead, Phantom, Trevenant. Very very good for PvP. I haven't heard anything about Gorgeist though. I do see people flexing their rank ones. So, there's always going to be viability for certain Pokemon. Um, I do think if you want something with a unique typing, definitely get yourself a good Phantom
Yeah.
to evolve into Trevenant. Oh my gosh, it's rank 2 for Great League.
What? Hold on. Let's go to PvP Poke. Hold on.
What?
There's no way that thing actually skyrocketed that easily. It's like,
Dude. Shadow Claw, Seed Bomb, Shadow Ball. Shadow Claw, Seed Bomb, Shadow Ball. It just covers so much of the meta. It wins against Medicham, Azumarill, Stunfisk, Galarian, Skarmory, and Sableye. Oh my gosh. And it doesn't have a lot of like big losses except against dark types for the most part. That's interesting.
wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm definitely evolving one
Yeah,
after stream today. Just saying.
I definitely have to go get one. That's gonna be a good one. I don't think any of the the phantoms that I caught. I did transfer quite a bit of them though, but none of them were PvP IVs at that point. I may have one or two, but I'm not sure. Now I gotta find one.
I knew it was good, but I didn't know it was that good.
Wow.
I got a rank 25, but I would like to get a better one.
That's crazy. That is crazy. That is the thing that I didn't think it was gonna happen. But it's kind of. I think it's like almost as close as Talonflame when he came out with his move, right?
Talonflame. As soon as it got Incinerate, it pretty much skyrocketed.
Yeah, and I think this Pokemon has also skyrocketed at this point because of his just moveset and ability. So,
Oh yeah,
whew, boy, it is a spamming Pokemon because of Cbon having there just spam Cbon. Having Shadow Claw is also like incredibly good as a fast move, and then Shadow Ball for a finisher. Oof, I'm getting vibes.
you can just hit everything.
Yeah, Seed Bomb. I mean, Seed Bomb is gonna hit all the water types like Sumeru, things like that. Shadow Ball, it can even hit like resistant Pokemons in the meta. I mean, it's incredible. It's incredible. It's just it even wins against Sableye, and that's crazy to say,
Yeah, Sableye's super spammy, so that kind of surprises me.
I know, and Medich, and even wins against Medicine. I mean, as an obvious one.
That doesn't surprise me.
Stunfisk, though, I mean, it is a ground type, or even Galarian Stunfisk at that point, but still.
Yeah, he just resists all of his moves as a grass type.
Yeah. And then, of course, the Skarmory. Dang. Man, okay, I really do need to get myself one for sure. I'm gonna have to go hunting soon. I need to grind.
I wish you luck, friend.
I know, right? I need to grind him up. anyways, since we got a little off topic there, we definitely are surprised that Dragonaut will do very big waves on the PvP scene. So you hear it here first, guys. Go get them. Actually, you probably heard it already in the podcast, so don't worry about that. Yeah. But yeah,
transfer your rank 1.
I know, right? Not but yeah, I think that's all we have to say. The Halloween event will definitely end by Halloween time, our time, anyways. So, and then we'll move on to November because by the time the next podcast is Halloween, anyways. So maybe we'll do something cool. Maybe got some little costumes for next week's podcast there, Chris.
If I do, it's not gonna be too crazy. I'll be real.
I mean, you got the maid outfit, right?
Oh my god, no. In the trash, buddy. In the trash, buddy.
Guys, if you want to see a maid outfit by Chris, maid raid, right? Maid outfit by Chris next week. Go ahead and spam it in the chat or put some subs there. I mean, you can go to his channel and spam it. That would be hilarious. Anyways, let's move on to today's research topics. And we have quite a bit of news to talk about. Before we move on to November's dump of news that we have, definitely, we're going to be going ahead and talking about our first development diary that Pokemon Go promised us to have since the controversy in September, of course. And this is actually a few minutes videos. It's like 7 minutes or so, just talking about things. This is, of course, the first of many. This is like number 1 developer's diary. And they're actually talking about an event that we all love, but it's kind of been getting stale at the time, but it gives us an insight on what exactly it is, and that is Community Day. Now, if you guys want to go watch the video, definitely go check it out. It's in the website, it's in Twitter, and everything that you can find, definitely. But the recap, at least I watched it. Did you watch the video, Chris?
No, I haven't seen it personally.
Okay. I know for a fact that they've been talking all about Community Days, how they pick the Pokemon, how they choose the move, what is really Community Day is all about and everything. Key pointers, at least in my perspective. So the very first thing that I noticed is, what they pick as a Pokemon. They really want to have a Pokemon that's fair and balanced in the game. They don't want to break it because there's a lot of Pokemons there, as long as they get the Community Day moves or something, can just literally go bananas and just break the game entirely. But they don't want to do that. They want to keep a fair environment for everybody, especially when it comes to the Community Day move and everything. So also popularity. Sometimes a Pokemon can actually become a Community Day Pokemon because of the popularity that we have. Now, of course, there's been some that have been questionable in the last few months.
Duskull.
Roselia. Anyways. But in the end, it's more like they want to just balance that out to make sure that not every Pokemon is going to always be like a pseudo-legendary Pokemon or a starter Pokemon and things like that. They want to see what other people are really more enticing of getting those kind of things. Magikarp is still pretty good, though. I can't say nothing about that, especially because of the candy you need to get them anyways. Paper cuts.
It's a great shiny.
Yeah. And then, of course, they did talk about, the future of how well they want to go through. They did tease the next Community Day Pokemon. Of course, that announcement was literally the day after. And this news came out on Thursday, and then the news on the Community Day was on Friday. So it wasn't like too much of a tease, but it was there, One thing to note, they did, do let's say a little poll, or they use their, the insights of who plays Community Day throughout the most popular out of 2021. And of course, surprises to say, the one and only Eevee won. That is the most played Community Day. I don't like that. as much as I love Eevee, I don't like that because of the reason that Eevee got 2 days compared to a usual one for every other Community Day Pokemon. So everybody's definitely playing a weekend if that's how they plan it out, So what do you think, Chris? You think that things like this are... Now, there's also one more thing to mention. Is this the communication that we wanted from them when they mentioned that they wanted to give us updates on, the game's features and updates from here on out? They did say they were going to do a bi-monthly diary like this. So it's the very first one after, the controversy that we had back in September. So what do you think, Chris?
Personally, I think it's a misinterpretation from what we wanted if they're doing that way. But I am interested in it. It definitely seems like something fun to talk about on the podcast.
Oh yeah, definitely. Um, it's not by any means a bad news source of things that they want to give us, but it's not enough. Like the community still wanted a little more response on how the game really works, how they're determining all these decisions between both community day Pokemons or even other problems in the game like GBL or anything like that. So I don't know. I just feel like it wasn't enough to satisfy the hunger of the community. Now, of course, the community has enraged since then, or even since the announcement of this development diary. They've been kind of quiet. They really haven't cared about it too much because we all know what Community Day is. It's a day to really go out and explore with friends, family, and whoever you really would like to play the game with. So it hasn't been too bad, but I don't think that that's enough for us. At least at this point. So I don't know. We'll keep you guys updated, of course, in the months to come. I don't know what else they're really planning of going about it, but we definitely will cover anything that comes out. So just like we're doing now, but you know what I mean. All right, so let's move on. Yeah, I will join there, James, with once I get this dark right here.
Speaking of unwanted community days.
God. So let's move on to the next piece of news, which Chris already gets mentioned at this point. And I did already talk about it technically, but I didn't say what the Pokemon is until now. So go ahead, Chris. What is our next Community Day Pokemon?
This one is a little bit... I do think it's kind of a controversial Pokemon. Because I think it's one that, not a lot of people want. Mostly because we already have the shiny and we worked very hard for it in our eyes. And that is the November Community Day Pokemon. That's going to be Shinx, the Flash Pokemon. See how you feel about it. I know Pure Lighter probably isn't looking super forward to it.
So the only thing that I'm excited about this is the bonuses and the chance of actually seeing Shinx in the wild for the very first time and since its release. Like, seriously, y'all. It's like... Okay, well, let's go ahead and actually talk about how this community today is going to be and what it really means for me and a lot of other ones, of course. So, Shinx, the Flash Pokemon, will be featured in November's Community Day event, of course. You will have the chance of encountering Shiny Shinx, which has been out since the release of Shinx. But only in raids, so this time you're actually going to be able to see it in the wild. That's actually going to be pretty cool. It's going to have a brand new feature attack that only Luxray can learn, and that is the Charge Attack Psychic Fans. Now, let's pause right there right now. Actually, no, before do that, let's go ahead and actually talk about what this move is. It is making its Pokemon Go debut on this day. This Charge Attack will allow Luxray to lower the defense of the opposing Pokemon and inflict a super effective damage on fighting and poison type Pokemons. In trainer battles, it has a 40 power and guarantee to lower the opponent's Pokemon's defense. And then in Gym and Raids, it has a 30 power on it. So, Chris, what can you tell me about this move so far?
I'm looking at it and it looks decent, but I don't think Luxray's quick moves make that useful, to be honest. I think most of the reason of doing this is just going to be A, if you don't have the shiny already, or B, you just want a Great League Luxray for some reason. I think Luxio is just a better PvP candidate, though.
Right.
I mean, his quick move is literally Spark. Like he doesn't have like the best quick move.
Well, that
Like
will be
the
interesting.
only, well, actually, what he has Snarl.
Okay.
Why is Spark preferred? Interesting.
Typing?
So yeah, probably. That's interesting. You could almost run it with Snarl, Wild Charge, and Psychic Fang.
All right.
Or Snarl and Crunch if you're trying to go the dark route, but have it be like a pseudo dark type. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be really relevant for PvP. I think there are going to be people that try to run it,
Well,
but it's too out there.
this is also the first time that Luxray will be available in the Great League because of Community Day anyway. So there's a lot of new for an old Pokemon that we really have had for a while. Not a lot of people really use it in Master League or even Ultra League at this point. But maybe
I don't think I've seen one.
Right. Maybe it could shine in the Great League once the community moves. So I don't know. It will be interesting. I'm still just happy that I can see a Shinx in the wild. I'm not happy because all my other Shinx are like, whatever at this point. I have done quite a bit of raids for Shinx. I never got the shiny out of the raids, but I did hatch 6 myself. If you've been here long enough, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, so that is his feature move set and everything. So that's going to be interesting in the long run. Let's go ahead and move on to the next part of it. So of course we'll have a special research story, Flash, Spark, and Gleam. Actually, what I like to have it like that's in Gleam. If that was the point, but
Yeah.
That will be, of course, the $1 special research. So make sure you get it if you want to do it. Now, this is the interesting one. The bonuses for this event is a 1/4 hatch distance when eggs are placed in incubators, of course. That is this November's Community Day. We also have, of course, our 3-hour lords and 3-hour incense, and of course the Community Day snapshots, like always. And then I thought this episode was done. We do have some extra bonuses this November, and that's the exciting part about this, because to celebrate the last Community Day event of the year before the annual Big December Community Day event, which is, of course, a 2-day extravaganza of every single one of those. Let's go ahead and check the shinies real quick, Chris. 3, 2, 1. I'm not there. No shiny.
Nope.
What's your CP?
Not good. I got a better one off stream.
Yeah, that way it goes. I think he will be sending another one, so let's just be ready for that.
Sheesh. Okay.
So 3 times transfer candy will be available during this event, and also 4 times of a chance of earning an extra large candy when transferring the Pokemon. Can I hear a whole hoarding for the next month?
I was already gonna do that. You're just abling me.
It literally sounds
dude.
like you're about to die from that. That's for sure.
Dude, it's gonna be amazing. The funny thing is, though, we're probably gonna have like 600 candy for this Thundercat.
Yeah, by Shinx by the time we ended. I am planning on playing the entire day. I almost forgot to actually say when this community day is. And that's because in the whole news section, there's not, it doesn't tell me exactly when it is until I go back up again. Oh my god. This community day will be on Sunday, November 21st, from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. local times, which I'm happy about because it is a Sunday. And I'll definitely be grinding this event for those extra large candies for anything that may come around. But yeah, I think that's a pretty good ending to the year of community days. It's gonna be interesting. Now, like I said, a lot of people may be disappointed because they done like probably over 500 raids of this, or plus more since this release to get the shiny. And once they got the shiny, that will be cool. But now, of course, it's being devalued like always. But it's not really about that. It's not really about anything on that. It's about having some fun on days like this that will keep us entertained for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Community Day, Shinx. Now let's talk about the next piece of news. The news dump for the month. It is almost November. We are a week away from November, so that is definitely means that all the news for November are coming. So we have the Festival Lights and more coming to Pokemon Go in November. But Chris, what is going to be our research breakthrough encounter?
Well. Oh no! It's gonna be everyone's favorite little hatchling, Volibee, the big fat baby bird that I hate to see in PvP.
Are you that hateful of it?
Dude, it's annoying just because of how chunky it is.
Right. Well, Volibee will be...
Get your hundo.
It's interesting now that they're actually putting in research breakthrough boss. The shiny is not available as stated here in the blog post, so there's not much aside from that. It's not like we haven't really hatched 12KX that often, but I mean, we do the leaders every single time, so it's not like we hatch them every single time. I'm almost certain that I'm close to getting all the extra large candies for Volibee. Let me check. I'm at 203 right now.
I'm not going to pair against you, am I?
No, probably not. And with the extra candies, I have 218 extra large candies right now, so I just need the hundo at this point.
You might get it next month.
I might just. I might wait, or do I want to try to get another Yamask?
Another Yamask for sure.
I'm probably definitely doing it my ass, yeah, because I've done enough for Wallaby anyways. It's like the most common 12k spawn anyways. We also, of course, will still continue in the year with our weekly one Pokemon bundle, which will, of course, contain a remote raid pass. So don't forget to ever claim that on Mondays, usually at 6 a.m. in the morning. So the featured Pokemons in raids starting at 10 a.m. every single day of this date. So we have Darkrai, the mythical Pokemon, until Friday, November 5th, was basically 2 more weeks of that. So that's pretty cool. And really, 2 more weeks. All right.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Well, I'm happy about that. People are looking forward to getting no more extra large candies. I won the hundo already. It doesn't matter if it has Lush Bomb or not. Just give me the hundo. Then after that, we'll have from Friday, November 5th to Tuesday, November 16th. We'll have the return of Cobalion, Terrakion, and Virizion coming in fast-star raids. What do you think about that, Chris?
I'm curious if they're going to have the special moves or not. I'm looking at how they have the little star.
I'm going to tell you.
Like the asterisk above their name in the blog post.
Scroll down.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. I'm looking now. I'm blind. But yeah, I was going to say, just because Darkrai had it, and we know he's got the special move Sludge Bomb, I was pretty sure they were going to have something going on.
Well, this will be the first time that Virizion and Terrakion will have the brand new move, or well, not brand new move, but the move that's supposed to be part of these Just Swords of Justice trio, and that will be Sacred Sword. Only Cobalion learned it before I think COVID started, so that's why they probably put a little hold on those releases. But then Terrakion and Virizion will have Sacred Sword now, so I'm interested to see how they will develop their meta using those moves now. I'm not sure how much, though. Terrakion is interesting, tanky, and Virizion is like a glass cannon. You know, you don't want to get paired with a flying type, though.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be too crazy to the meta. I still need a shiny Terrakion, though. So I'm definitely going to raid that. Feel free to send me raids, guys.
Yeah. Well, all 3 of them will be in the spawn pool, so it's not like going to be 1 or 2. It's going to be interesting, of course, but I feel like there won't be that much of a presence. It's probably a one and done if you really just want to get the other 2 with Sacred Sword anyway, so I'm okay with that. A little bit of a break, too.
Yeah.
Drowsy.
Don't have to get all the extra large candy.
I know, right?
My Hypno came in here.
Yeah, I know, right? Then, of course, after November 16, on Tuesday, November 16, that's when Cresselia will be back in raids. And nothing special about Cresselia until December 1st. It's almost a 2-week event, though. There is a reason why we're having a lot of Gen 4s in this month. And we'll talk about that in just a moment because of the extra part of this. We do have our Mega rotation, Mega Absol being the first one and still in race until November 5th. We do have, after that, Mega Manetric, which I'm happy that I said that I did get my Hundo and Shiny, and from a Mega race, so that's pretty good. And after that, we'll have Mega Lopunny starting at number 16 until the end of the month. And if you're lucky, of course, you encounter every single shiny one of this. So good luck with that. Raid hours, respectively, will be, of course, every Wednesday. November 3rd will be, of course, Darkrai. We already know about that. November 10th will be Terrakion, Cobalion, and Virizion. And November 16 and November 24, we will have Cresselia in the spotlight for raids, or at least on that time. So I will actually let you talk about the Pokemon Spotlight hours, Chris.
All right. The first one we don't care about. Well, we're just gonna skip over it. I'm joking. The first one, November 2nd, is Cacnea, and you get 2 times catch candy. Not that you're gonna be catching a lot of him. November 9th, Chinchou, you're gonna be getting 2 times transfer candy. But by that time, you should have gotten rid of all the Pokemon that you really wanted candy for the extra large candy.
Right.
Going on. Oh, or actually,
no, community day is like
at
the end of almost at the end of the month. So
yeah, I may be tripping.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I'm not tripping. Wait, yeah, no, I'm tripping. Anyways, November 16th, okay, Turtwig, 2 times catch Stardust, and then Chimchar is going to be November 23rd with 2 times catch XP, and then Piplup will be November 30th with 2 times catch candy. It's interesting that we're getting the whole trio of the starters there for 4th gen. I think there's a very important reason for that, and I'm sure a lot of you guys know. But yeah, save, in my opinion, if you're trying to get extra large candy, don't transfer them all during November 9th. Save them for the community day of Shinx.
November 21st. So yeah, that's the day where Shinx community day will be, if you really want that extra large candy grind. So be ready to whore up, people. I didn't say that right, didn't I?
It sounded a little bit suspicious, but I know what you meant.
Oh, God. All right. We'll just cut that out, I guess. But anyways. But yeah, no, those are the community days. There is a reason why, and we'll talk about the events that happen in November now. So the very first one will start on November 5th, right after, of course, all of our Halloween festivities. And until November 14th, and it's time to celebrate the Festival of Lights. An event that celebrates light overcoming the darkness. Are we in Kingdom Hearts or something? I'm like, what the heck? What is Pokemon Go doing? They're
getting rid of the dark types?
What the heck? I guess it's because we're right into like an event that's all about ghost and dark and all that stuff. So I guess it's time to bright up these stairs and, bring it on, I guess. Starting on November 1st until November 2nd. So this, I think, is a weekend event. It's a Monday-Tuesday event. Dia de los Muertos. We'll be celebrating a Dia de los Muertos with a special event for trainers around the world. So this is not just an exclusivity for Mexico or anything like that. This is an actual event that everybody will be able to take part of for a 2-day extravaganza, I guess. I'm not entirely sure how it will work, but okay.
It's interesting that they did it out of order, since they went, November 5th for the Festival of Lights, and then November 1st and 2nd for Dia de Muertos.
I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why. Your Hypno's kind of like making me drowsy now.
Sorry. He's not in his Pokeball. I'll get rid of him.
And then on November 16th, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl celebration event. The launch of the remakes of Gen 4 will start during that time, and we'll have an event tied into that, of course. If you guys don't know, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl is the remakes of Gen 4's classic DS games into the Nintendo Switch. So that's actually going to be pretty fun. I think Chris and I will definitely be streaming it the day off. So keep an eye, look
If
out.
I can grab it.
You can grab it. Well, actually, I already pre-ordered the double pack, so we're good there.
Ooh.
Right. So I'm definitely going to go grind, try to get the dex entries and everything else I can see. Generation 4 is a classic for a lot of people, but we'll see how they will work this time around, just because of a little controversy stuff. So either way, either way, Pokemon Go is celebrating his release, so that's the reason why we're having a lot of Gen 4 activity during the end of throughout the month, between the Sword of Justice, Cresselia, the Spotlight Hours of the Starters. Everything ties into both Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl celebration.
Well, the Swords of Justice should be Gen 5, but the rest of those, yes.
Oh, yeah. Why did I think it was Gen 4 then?
I mean, they're cool. maybe that's why. They're cool.
Is the Lake Trio the Gen 4 roaming legendaries?
They're gross.
I guess they didn't want to actually put that back in there since they just had their shiny release anyways.
Yeah, if they up their spawn rate, for Gen 4 hype, I wouldn't have a problem with that. Wild Azelf would be kind of cool.
That would be kind of interesting. Maybe get one under the 1500 league.
Yeah.
The Great League. So that would be kind of interesting when it comes down to it. So that'd be great if it happens. But anyways, so let's just prepare for that. And then we have a new question mark event. And it states, the Season of Mischiefs will close out with an epic event from November 26th to November 29th. Trainers who completed the Misunderstood Mischief Special Research Story will be able to unlock a special research story where trainers will have the opportunity to learn more about Hoopa. Stay tuned for more details. That's going to come at the end of the month. That's also the end of the Season of Mischiefs whole 3-month celebration thing that we had. So I'm actually curious of what we're going to see, how they're going to tie it into Hoopa once again. Probably, hopefully for the last time this year, but we never know until December, I guess. But yeah, that will be interesting. What do you think, Chris?
I mean, I think the whole mythos with Hoopa being a part of, like Pokemon raids has been pretty cool. So I'm definitely looking forward to his Unbound form. I'm really hoping we get him before all this is over.
Right.
But you never know.
Well, it is a mythical Pokemon. We do have Hoopa in our Pokédex already, but we'll see how his other form will maybe do a shining spotlight to the end of the month. So that also brings out the close of the Season of Mischiefs in that regard. And also, Chris, you get invited to a Mega Episode.
Oh, I'm blind.
But yeah, so keep your ears out for it, since we're definitely gonna news later in next month. We're still a little bit ways away from getting any information on that. Well, we have a full party today for this episode. That's interesting. Anyways, that is the dump of news we have for November. Surprisingly enough, they released it like almost a week earlier. Usually I have those news by the beginning of next week, which is like the last week of the month anyways. So that's interesting to say that they gave us all those news. Now I hope that we have more news for next week. Although we may just be playing cosplay next week anyways.
Oh no.
I'm falling for it now, so but yeah, that is that. Now we got a little bit of time before we move to our PvP section. I wanted to expand on a couple of episodes ago that we had on how we can make something better in Pokemon Go, mechanic-wise or event-wise. This time we'll talk about the events. Now, we know Community Day and Spotlight Hours, Raid Hours, they're all convoluted in 1 month, definitely. Is there anything else that can give us a chance of making the month a little bit better? Or can we change anything in the already current events that we have to make them a little bit better? Do you have any ideas, Chris?
I don't know. Other than releasing, more shinies,
Okay.
not much I could say. Like it's already pretty exciting to play. Um, I mean, you can always up the spawn rate, right? Like, I don't think anybody's gonna complain about there being more things to click on.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Any suggestions you got?
Well, raid hours are still the most beneficial when it comes down to it. I do believe that maybe it would benefit the player if they release a raid hour in the afternoon and in like at midday or something. When they were testing this out, or at least this feature, they did some in the afternoon, like right at 12 and midday, and then the later parts in the night, to see when people can really do it. And I feel like maybe if they split it up, I know it doesn't have to be half an hour each time. It could still be an hour each time, and it only goes a long way if more players can actually do the raid hours that they can in different times. So let's check out this shiny. 3, 2, 1. Nope. Oh my god, this was bad.
No. Yeah, mine's bad too.
Yeah.
Dear Lord.
Yeah. But I believe that maybe if they expanded on it throughout the day, maybe they actually help those. A good suggestion from Kayana here in the chat, it's some raid days. Maybe we have had raid days before, which is not a bad idea, but I feel like they could also do something like that where a full day worth of raiding will happen. Maybe just once a month. It doesn't have to be like every Wednesday or every Thursday or even every Saturday, because we already have a pack fill event anyways, or a pack fill month anyways. So maybe once a month raid day will be kind of nice, especially for the people who really cannot play throughout the week or even throughout the month. I think that could be a good idea either way, but I know, and of course that will make it a lot of money anyway, so there's not much difference there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so not a bad addition if they want to switch it over a little bit. Spotlight hours, I don't hate them, but I feel like the bonuses could be a little bit better. Between cash candy, transfer candy, evolution experience, cash experience, and all those, I feel like maybe they can do something to guarantee us maybe either extra large candy in some way, shape, or form. And then that way people will be more enticing to do the spotlight hours. Do you think anything about that, Chris?
I think it's a fun bonus. I'm not like ever really a fan of cutting things down to, a 1 hour time period, because a lot of people won't be able to play on those times, I'm sure
Right.
they pick times because they think a majority of the players will be able to play there based on the time, that
Right.
that people are like logged in. They can see that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. A lot of times I forget there's even it going on, even though it's got the pop up that shows up, 10 minutes late. Uh, um, I don't know. I think one of the things is if you're not into the Pokemon, it almost makes you not want to play for an hour. Like for Cacnea, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I
Right.
may catch a few Cacnea, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm in the same position when it comes to having special feature Pokemons for spotlight hours. Then that would make more sense if they maybe put a Pokemon that is really enticing in the end of the day. But you get what you get these days.
Yeah.
And then after that, there's other events. I'm happy with the current seasons that they're doing. I'm also happy that we get a lot of the updates throughout each month, and knowing that what events are coming throughout the month and things like that, instead of actually waiting until the day off or maybe 2 days before, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh my god, what's going on here? So I'm okay with those. I do believe that most events maybe could have at least one shiny release each time, but that really depends on liability and not running out of content in the next few days. So, but yeah, no, that's really all about it. I like the Titan events, like Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, so that's not a bad idea. The one thing that I really love is when something new gets announced, like in Pokemon Arceus, it coming out next year. We'll definitely have a Titan event for that too. However, there has been some new Pokemons being released that day, or those days anyways. Have you seen the brand new Sora that was introduced?
Yup. Yeah, I know you saw my very wrong prediction on what the Pokemon was. It makes a lot of sense. The typing is amazing. If you guys haven't seen it yet, oh my gosh, this is going to be a lot of people's new favorite Pokemon.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's or I don't even know how to actually say the name of it. Hyutsu Sora, I guess is the name of the region.
I've been saying like Hisuian
Hisuian,
or
right?
something, but
Yeah.
it is a really weird name compared to a lot of the other ones.
Yeah, no, that definitely one. But when it comes down to that, bless you, anyways. um, when it comes down to it, I do believe that we'll have a Titan event with having that. I definitely want to see the shiny form of that. If you guys don't want to have the typing of it get spoiled in our podcast, you can go ahead and just go to the official Pokemon website or YouTube website and see the coolness of it. So we won't mention it here, but maybe next time will be a surprise next time. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's pretty much it that I want to have to expanding on concurrent events. I don't know if we'll have any more about the topic, but if you guys have any suggestions, any interesting, speculations on how to make events a little bit more enticing, check us out on our social media. We're always there. Our Discord is open for anybody to come in, so be sure to give us some thoughts there, guys. All right, let's get into our PvP section. Get good, get right. Here we go, Chris.
All right.
So we do have a brand new Silt Arena Cup starting next month, and the announcement has been out. If I can find it, because I completely forgot to actually copy the paste the link. Professional guys here, don't worry. But we do have the brand new Brawler Cup starting in November. And this one is an interesting one. So what is the ruling when it comes to the Brawler Cup?
It should be based on weight.
Correct.
Which is very cool to me.
So the Brawler Cup has a special few rules designed to provide added challenge and fun that differs from the standard PvP combat of Pokemon Go. A team of 6 will, of course, just like always. Gray League, any Pokemon's under 1500. This one is the interesting rule. Step into the ring. Each slot on your team must be selected from an approved list of based on their weight. Weights are based on their classifications on Bulbapedia. So we do have quite a bit of information on that. I don't think I can go through the entire list and be like, no, I'll be happy about talking about it. But we do have 6 slots with different weights. You have to pick only one of each Pokemon permitted on your team. So choose wisely on the weight and ability of these Pokemons, because there are some interesting ones, but you can't pick the same middle weight class or cursor class in your team. You have to pick one of each for one slot on your full team. So what do you think, Chris? How you think that this one's a good meta so far?
Yes. I think having a meta that isn't based on typing definitely is something I like. Because, just narrowing it down to whatever typings you want to use just isn't like very original. I don't feel like, I'm sorry to say.
Right.
So this is like something I would never have thought to do.
Right.
Based on weight. Like the craziest thing we've done before is having a cup based on the color of the Pokemon in the Pokédex.
Right.
So I think this is very, very unique. I can't wait to see it implemented. I'm going to see some crazy teams, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
And it looks like even with like the very unique weight classes, there's still a lot of diversity between the Pokemon in each weight class.
Right.
So I'm glad to see that there isn't one that's like exponentially bigger than all the other ones.
I agree. This one will contain great diversity in the meta, and having to choose only one based on the weight can really, really, really put the brain into Stealth Arena for sure. So I really like it. I really do like it in that regard. But yeah, that's the World Cup. Now, the only ban that we have on this cup will be, of course, the Megas. Everything else is permitted. Literally everything else is permitted. That's gonna be crazy. Even shadows and everything, so that's pretty good. Chris is like, ooh, interesting. But it is what it is.
My friend DU Fishy mentioned the cup to me the other day. I hadn't even looked at it yet. It looks crazy.
Right. Yeah. I think that it also has some potential greatness to it. But we'll see how it goes for the month of November. Get out your Stealth Arena caps and get through it. Then we have GVL Madness. Well, the Great League is about to end tomorrow. We'll have Ultra League once again back for another week or so. Anything to add on GVL?
I don't know. Other than get your Trevenant, because apparently it's rank 2 in Great League. I know it's very high up in there for Ultra League 2. I didn't check its ranking yet in here. I may actually do that right now. But yeah, if you guys want to check rankings on stuff, I'd highly recommend pvpoke.com.
Shout out.
And that's pvpoke.com. Yeah, they're awesome. Trevenant is also rank 2 in Ultra League.
God.
It has to be extra large though.
Oh,
it has
okay.
To be extra
okay,
large.
That makes a little more sense, but we still have a week of grinding, so.
Yeah, I don't know how high you'd get it unless you're keeping, 300 to transfer during the November community day.
Well, but that
is extra large.
Yeah, by that time
that's too late.
Yeah, the Ultra League will be gone, but of course, you can get ready for season 10's Ultra Leagues, which will be interesting.
Never too early.
Now, this is probably another thing that we probably can cover in the podcast eventually. Can they make GVL more enticing than we already have? Now that we know,
in my opinion, go on.
Now that we know that Worlds is going to be implemented for us to go into, the big leagues of Pokemon, I don't know. What do you think they could be a little bit better to make maybe season 10 just a little bit more? It is 10 seasons. This is it will be the 10th season once it comes out, so they have to do something special, right?
In my opinion, I'd love to see it be an esport. I'm really rooting for them, but they need to change the technical side of it more.
Right.
I think there's too many issues with it, and they blame it on you. They don't blame it on the server. They blame it on you. So I'd really like to see there being I understand there's going to be lag for 1 or 2 moves getting through here and there. It happens. But when it kicks you out of the game basically, and your opponent is able to farm down a Pokemon that should hardwall them, that's a problem. So I'd really like to see them change stuff in the future. Did you just get that?
Yes. Go blasted.
Guys, listen to what Pure Letter got, and it's something I need.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, I was doing all the raids and just go plus in whatever really spawned, and then all of a sudden a shiny shepherd decided to come to the party tonight. So I guess that's just funny to see. Wait, hold on. Before I actually check the other one, let me see here real quick. I don't even know what the Pokemon spawned there. Let's do a quick Hondo check. Okay, no Hondos. But you get a shiny though. So, another shiny surprise, everybody. Woohoo! Wild. Well. But I'm happy about that anyway. So I do want my 100% Bennett for Mega. So hopefully we'll get it then. Anyhow.
I think that's a cooler shiny Mega too.
Yeah, definitely. So anyhow, with that being said, yeah, I'm agreeing all on the whole PvP section when it comes down to being an esports and everything. If they can get all of those bugs fixed, I'm definitely thinking that there could be more when it comes down to it. So hopefully we'll get to that point. Any factions updates? I didn't say that with an R this time.
We got a new person put into our faction.
Ooh.
So we definitely, and that's as per the ruling that they added, that you could have two. What's it called? Alternates. We have multiple people coming in, and we're just preparing for this season because we know a few of us are going to be going places. Between December 1st and December 5th, I'm going to be on a road trip, so I'm probably not going to be in the podcast too for that.
Well, thank you very much for letting me know a month in advance.
Just a heads up.
I don't know. Maybe I'll have a special guest that week and be like,
ooh.
"You're fired, Chris."
Oh my gosh. But yeah, definitely looking forward to the next season. I think it's going to be a great one. I think the team can only go up. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. All right. With that being said, anything else to add, Chris?
No, not too much.
All right.
Just keep catching the Pokemon you want. Hoard everything you want extra larges for Shinx Community Day, and then mass transfer them at the beginning so they don't get in your way.
Right.
During the Com Day, and you'll be good to go for this month, I feel like, coming up.
This coming month, yes, definitely. Well, with that being said, thank you so much for everybody for listening to the podcast, both live streaming or in podcast services feed. Once again, you can always check us out in any of the podcasts feed. The episode usually goes live on Wednesday morning if I don't mess up. But definitely check us out there. We are getting closer to, I believe, either 4,500 downloads on the podcast or close to 5,000 downloads to the podcast. So I'm actually happy. Closer to 45 than 5,000. So it's been an interesting month so far. Our highest month was in September. So thank you again, guys, for downloading the podcast. Keep on, listening to us. We're always grateful. You can check us out on our social media. Myself at Pure Let It Go, at Chris at PKMN Trigger, please. Any emails, we would greatly appreciate it. If you just want to talk to us or anything, we'll definitely shout you out on the stream or the podcast, purifiedpodcast@gmail.com. And then if you can leave us a review in any of the podcast services, we would greatly appreciate it. You can also always check us out at thepurifiedpodcast.com. And with that being said, Chris, I think it's time to take us away for the night.
All right. I hope you guys have been getting everything you wanted out of this Halloween event. I do think it's one of the more fun events we've had for sure this season. I think there's a lot to look forward to, especially the Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl events coming up. So let us know what you guys think about those. Mm-hmm. And keep grinding, keep getting them shinies, and keep enjoying Pokemon. Have a good one, guys.
Keep purifying them, and we'll see you guys next week.